it's Britt McDonald with Britt McDonald Realty. I was on a listing appointment the other day, taking a walk through with the seller and providing him with a value of his home in its current state and what the value might look like if he were to do things like declutter, paint, and stage. And while I was walking through the home, I noticed a pretty sizable stain in one of the bedrooms upstairs, and I asked if there was a leak. And he was very forthcoming, and he did share with me that yes, at one point in time, there was a leak. I asked him if there was any mold, what things that were done to remediate the leak and the damage and fix any repairs. And he did say that he does have receipts and he can prove that there were certain steps that were taken to remediate any damage. And he did assure me that he hasn't had a leak since and that everything has been repaired properly. Now, a buyer might not notice this, but any prudent agent is going to take a walk through the property and look up at the ceiling for things like signs of water damage, as well as the walls and any signs of water damage that are going on to, the floorboards. So I said to him, what you might want to consider doing is painting over the stain and painting the entire ceiling. The last thing you want to do is have a white patch in the middle of the room and have discoloration around. It's going to bring more attention to this stain. And as well, any buyer might look up at the ceiling and say, oh wow, that there's a stain there, there might be water damage. And if there's water damage there, where else might there be water damage? Why hadn't they painted it? Is it a continuation? You're going to bring unnecessary and unwarranted questions that could easily be avoided if you were to do the necessary things to correct certain items and not bring further attention to something that happened years ago, for example. So what I would say to sellers is please have the agents do walkthroughs of your property, point out some issues that you might have had at one point in time, talk about how those items were remediated and repaired, and make sure that you have receipts. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, Britt McDonald with Britt McDonald Realty.